Commo gear's in good shape. We've got schematics of some kind. Fractal antenna, maybe.
If Perico's using that fractal antenna to broadcast, that drawing might help the activity get a beat on his location.
Sure are a lot of lights and switches up here.
We've got a possible location on DJ Perico's radio station. Go check it out.
Didn't expect a dam this big out here.
Yeah, the locals use it for irrigation.
Seems like overkill. I reckon somebody was optimistic about agriculture in Bolivia.
Got another tank. Stay out of sight. We're closing in on the radio station. Let's see if Perico's on the job. Hold on.
Hey!
Eyes up. Got hostiles in the area.
Deploying drone. I can't see squat. My drone's being jammed. Got eyes on a Tango. He's got a lot of background.
Yo, 2 cartel gunmen.
Point him out.
Careful, dude heard that body fall.
Check your targets. We got civilians all over the place.
I don't see him.
Over by the turret.
Stay out of sight. We're closing in on the radio station. Let's see if Perico's on the job.
We're cool.
This place is empty.
Maybe he ran. Maybe somebody we talked to tipped him off.
But he's still broadcasting.
Bowman, we're at the station. DJ Perico isn't here, but there's still a broadcast coming through.
He's using that station as a relay to boost his signal, and we can't hack in without the encryption key. Use the drone to scan his antennas. Sicken can take incoming data, and we can try to trace his location by triangulating the incoming signal's strength.
Roger that.
All I understood from that phone call with Bowman was scan the antenna.
We just have to keep the drone still till the scanning's done.
Getting some awful interference here.
Not good. Might be a jammer in the area. You're gonna have to find and destroy that before you can scan Perico's antennas.
We're on it. Demo's primed and in place.
Fuck, they're coming right at us.
I got one of those cartel medals here. Seems Sicario is gonna miss this.
Grenade!
Sniper's got us targeted. Firing.
Open fire.
Copy that.
Good news. Thanks to those schematics you found and the scan you took, we've confirmed that Perico's using a basic frequency agility program to encrypt the signal to his relay.
But to hijack the signal for Pakatari's broadcast, we still need the encryption key.
Right. We've got enough data to get you to the area of Perico's location. You need to pay him an unfriendly visit and get his encryption key.
Bowman sending through background on DJ Perico.
DJ Perico, the parrot. His dream in life was to be a mixtape DJ, which essentially means yelling over someone else's song and then charging people for it.
DJ Perico!
Fortunately for the music industry, life got in the way. Corner boy at age 13, crack charge at 14, attempted murder at 15. Rather than do a bid in a gladiator academy, he fled to Mexico. He had a cousin in Santa Blanca, got a job as a Sicario, a hitman. However, if Santa Blanca had run his sheet, they'd have seen he'd only attempted murder. Another way of saying he was a fuck-up. Like he missed 2 guys in the front seat of a Wrangler. I mean, how hard is that? It was only a matter of time before he annoyed the shit out of every single member of the cartel and got his corpse thrown back across the border, except El Sueño took a liking to him. Perico amused him. He can't shoot a gun, but he can shoot his mouth off. So...
Good morning, Bolivia!
El Sueño found a role for him. Pirate radio, propaganda. Spread the good word about the coming of Santa Blanca.
It's a beautiful day for cocaine. But hey, what day isn't? A special shout out to my boys in Pucara province, building El Sueño's final finca. But let's not be in too big a hurry, okay, boys?
DJ Perico is El Sueño's pet. Let's give him something new to parrot.
Nomad, my people have
discovered a vehicle dispatch for a truck bringing valuable replicas to El Sueño's mausoleum. I know it's not your main task, but it's an opportunity to win your Sueño's pride.
Check. We get the chance, we'll take out the convoy before it reaches Sueño's personal shrine.
We've got a location on Perico. Get that little fucker and make him give up his encryption key. We're gonna turn Buchon Radio into Radio Free Bolivia.
No hostiles.
That tango's
evident.
down.
Let's go.
Hola, vatos! Today we got a special message from El Sueño on behalf of the Church of Santa Muerte.
Brothers and sisters, I speak to you today to call you to action. Think of where we were 7 years ago, groveling for scraps in Mexico, begging for permission to achieve our personal greatness. But since coming to Bolivia, since we have bound the cartel to the will of Santa Muerte, we in Santa Blanca have been blessed with great fortune, with power and wealth. But as it is written in the Christian Bible, you will be enriched in every way to be generous in every way. If you have received favor from God in Santa Muerte, then it is your holy duty to be charitable. Here in Bolivia, our Church of Santa Muerte has been building the foundation of a religious organization that will not only meet the spiritual needs of the cartel, but that will also spread the word of Santa Muerte here in South America. Personally, I have already given the bulk of my fortune to our church, and I ask you to give as well. The gift you give glorifies God and La Flaquita. Santa Muerte has been good to us, and now it is time for us to be good to her.
DJ Perico on the move. Some of you may have suspected from the intermittent periods of dead air that we've had over the last couple of days that something has been up with DJ Perico. The answer is that we're moving to your facility here
That was
in
fucking
Bolivia.
close.
So everyone who calls in, don't. The number will not be working anymore. Also, don't email or post any messages because we don't want to give away the location of the new station because it's a surprise.
Looks like we've riled them up. Engaging targets.
Esto es Santa Blanca Radio.
A ti que eres joven, a ti que buscas una oportunidad para tener un futuro mejor, a ti que no tienes los recursos necesarios para seguir tus estudios, a ti te hablo. Esperanza Santa Blanca está buscando jóvenes como tú, con talento para apoyarlos a través de nuestro sistema de becas a nivel mundial. Aplica ahora mismo. Nuestra misión es ayudarte a alcanzar tus sueños. ¿Qué estás esperando? Acércate ahora. Esperanza Santa Blanca.
Engaging tangos.
Suffer the same hardships, accomplish the same successes as your male co-workers. But because you are a woman, you will always be seen as la atrapadora who fucked her way up the ranks of the cartel. This is Nidia Flores. And orgullosas buchonas, plebes, you know who you are. Many of the women working in Santa Blanca have asked me how I did it. How did I rise through the ranks to become the most feared and respected woman in the cartel? And I always answer, I act like I ain't afraid of nothing. Like I have the biggest huevos in the room. And like nothing and nobody is gonna stop me from getting what I chingada madre want. And I tell those huerquillas, and I'm telling you, do the same damn thing. It's the only way a woman can win in our world. And if you live a life like ours, if you don't win, you're fucking dead. So even if being a bad morra doesn't feel true, if you act like it is, enough people will believe it that it will become the truth.
This is a message from the Free Rebel Forces of Bolivia. The cartel scientist known as La Gringa has been captured. Though she was instrumental to the cartel's cocaine production, La Gringa has at times been our amiga. Before the cartel arrived, she aided our poor, brutal communities while working with Hands Over Bolivia. Even while working with the cartel, La Gringa ran a health clinic that was open to all, even members of our rebel forces.
Ready? Open fire.
But at this crucial time,
Opening fire.
fight against Santa Blanca.
You rattled somebody's cage.
Scratch one.
Look at this shit.
I've seen a mausoleum or two in my time, but this one could eat those for breakfast and not even notice when it shit them out.
We supposed to think Sueño's a god?
He sure as hell does.
There's the antenna. Perico's gotta be close. Remember, we need him alive, people.
Here they come. What's the play, boss?
Shut the damn alarm off. Hey, eyes on Perico. Coopere todo saldrá bien.
Don't fuck with me! I'm famous!
Me entrego, ya estuvo, ya.
Ah, fuck!
At a loss for words, DJ?
Hey, look at me! Do I look like a sicario to you? You don't have to kill me, man!
Oh yeah? Why's that?
I still got my whole life to live, man! I got dreams to fulfill and shit!
Just give us the encryption key to the station's master control.
All right, man. Just you didn't get it from me, okay? When prompted for a username, type in BIDIBOM, Bidibom, then enter the numbers generated on this token.
Savor this moment, Perico. This is the day you almost died. This is the day I spared you.
Okay.
See, I know you could just change the encryption key, but in exchange for not killing you are gonna keep broadcasting, and you're gonna wait to change that password until my associate Pat Katari makes his broadcast. You got it? Man down, man down. Bowman, we've got the encryption key, but I'm not sure we're up for hacking the signal.
I know you're not techies. The rebels gave us the location of one of their comms guys. You have to break him out of a Santa Blanca jail, but we need his expertise.
We can't spare a comms guy who isn't locked up.
And neither can I. Extract him to an RP, and I'll get him the gear he needs to cut into that broadcast for Pakatari.
Roger that.
Pakatari's radio engineer is being held prisoner at the Olico Dam. We need to bust this guy out so he can help us hack Perico's broadcasting system.
Fuck, get away from there!
Bad guys in the area.
Eyes on the prisoner's location.
This is a lot of trouble for a rebel comms guy.
Chalk it up as a favor to the rebels. We can always use their good graces. Let's just make sure the prisoner's in one piece.
Eyes on a cartel heavy machine gunner by the camp entrance.
In the old days, the miners made sure to leave offerings to El Tío down in the tunnels. Little things, some tobacco or a handful of coca leaves. Sometimes, if the men knew they would be working a shaft that had an evil reputation, they would pour out cups of Singani over the stones, so El Tío would leave them be. The year I turned 25, I was working in a mine near Huayna.
Marking a captain.
It was old and deep. The timbers were rotted and its veins were nearly dry. Times were hard. There was so little coming out of the mine that people barely had enough to eat, much less feed El Tío. We had been working in the deepest part of the mine for many weeks, and the tunnels had begun to shift and ground. I knew that El Tío was hungry, and that something bad was going to happen. So my brother and I went into the hills one night and killed a llama.
Here's target number 5.
Before I went down into the mine, I painted its blood on the entrance as an offering to El Tío. The cave-in happened later that day. 1 minute I was working, the next, I was alone in the darkness. I could hear my friends moaning and crying out in pain, cut off by
Unidad bird approaching. Stay down.
One by one, my friends fell silent. I sat in the dark and listened to them die. And then it was my turn.
I'm engaging tangos.
We got the helo. This way. What should we do?
Who the hell are you?
Our mutual friend Pakatari sent us.
Está bueno. Let's go.
Who set off the horn?
Alarm over here. That was the last alarm. They won't be getting reinforcements from the air at least.
I'll fly. Pakatari is mi señor comandante, pero I did not think he would call upon Americans just to rescue little me.
You have some technical expertise that's pertinent to our current mission. We're gonna hijack DJ Perico's radio signal.
No mierda. My wife loves that guy's show. I keep telling her, hey, he's the enemy, caray. And she's like, but he's so funny. I can never win with her. Mujeres. So we'll listen to it.
Compa, thank you again.
This broadcast could be a greater victory than any of us realize.
Or it could change nothing. Carajo, don't worry. I will get it done, and then we shall see. Adios, pues.
Stay tuned to Santa Blanca Radio. If all goes to plan, you'll hear Pakatari's speech before you know it.
Hoo-ah.
We're hearing Pakatari's broadcast all over the country. DJ Perico is already...
Actions we get anyway.
When they're not busy taking selfies, my social media team monitors online trends. Hashtag DJ Perico is already getting the funniest gifs. Bowman out.
Our rebel tech is...
A conscience is a dangerous thing. Mostly to the person who has one. Ramon Feliz couldn't live with himself. He was moments from taking the coward's way out when... It seems that in spite of his recent allegiance to us, Feliz still had one source who was willing to bring him information. Un chivato. Information I was now aware of, since I had people monitoring his every keystroke. It's a shame, really. If Ramon had known what was on its way, he would have gone through with the suicide.
Getting cozy with Bowman.
This is a lot of shit to go through just so Pat can give a speech on the radio.
I suspect Bowman wants the rebels to feel like this is their op. Shit, they're the ones getting the credit for it anyway. Let's keep moving.
Get your team ready to move. There's a popular Bolivian blogger, Ramon Feliz, who's been working for the cartel. He usually writes about Santa Blanca's charity events and shit, but this morning, he broke the news that the cartel was trafficking children.
I'll bet that got people angry.
The one we have to worry about is Sueño. Find Felice and get that evidence before the cartel puts him in the ground.
Sounds simple enough.
Grab everything you can from him. He's bound to have plenty of dirt on the cartel. He lives in Santa Elena. I'll zap you the address.
Roger that. Nomad out.
Ramon Felice has turned whistleblower and has revealed the existence of a child trafficking ring run by the cartel. Get to Felice and find out what he knows before El Sueño has him killed.